This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. It may not be, but we can see you very clearly. I'll put it on just to double up, but that's actually a little bit too much. We work with it. Edward, last week it was a very sweaty gym in Orlando, Florida. This week we're in Peckham, I believe, at the Lynn ABC grand opening. Do you just want to talk a little bit about this?
Yeah, I mean, great to see the doors reopen for the Lynn Amateur Boxing Club. It was about 2 or 3 months ago, I saw on social media that the club had closed. I couldn't believe it. I mean, this is the oldest amateur club in the country, one of the most successful amateur club in the country, a club that the community relies on. So I went in. I mean, this place, there was holes in the floor everywhere when I came down here. Still a lot of work to be done. New rings, new ropes we put in. And the club's reopens tonight, packed with young fighters, packed with opportunity for people to learn the sport, to change their life. And yeah, it's a wholesome moment, Charlie, as you said, you know. These are, as you saw with Orlando last week, just great experiences. And just come down there to show my support, make sure this club can continue to thrive, because we can add a lot of things. We can help with money and stuff like that, but if we can help with presence, and if we can help with profile and marketing to help drive the membership down this place and making sure that the community and the kids out there know about it and come down, then even better. And some great young kids down here, some great talent. I also understand and remember, as a parent, it's not about, you don't have to have a kid with talent to come down here or to walk through these doors, you know? You just need to make sure they come through the doors. Get fit, get mentally strong, be part of a family, be part of the community. Listen to your coaches, get respect, learn manners, train hard, feel good about yourself. We've got a big problem at the moment. You know, we were talking in the car, all jokes aside, about the state that the country's in. You know, with the younger generation, I'm talking gang crime, I'm talking knife crime, I'm talking absolutely zero respect for society. And I don't see, I'm not saying that every kid that walks through here never gets in trouble. I'm telling you something now, the kids in here are much less likely to get in trouble, to be part of the gang, to carry weapons. And isn't that a quick fix for the government? Like, you know, it's not a scheme that's going to cost them hundreds of millions of pounds. But where are they? Where are they tonight? You know, where is the local council? I'm sorry if they're here, I haven't seen them yet. Where is Sadiq Khan? Because come and see it with your own eyes. And these are people, some people, Sadiq particularly, and you know, he understands boxing. So let's get behind it. Because what we do is...
It's not a no-brainer. The oldest amateur boxing club in England, the reopening, this should be something that's spoke about more, right?
Every day we're hearing the news. You know, is it a young girl lost her life today, was it? Yesterday. 16, 17 years old, stabbed by... I mean, what is going on? But are you just going to let it go to complete pot, this country? Or are you going to do something about it? And I'm not saying this solves the problem, but it gives people positivity and opportunities to change. And that's all they can ask for. Because the reason those kids are doing that kind of stuff is because they have nothing in their life. They have no guidance, they have no positivity, they have no hope. And that is what these places bring.
Supposed to reiterate that, even with this shutting down, I think someone said that they shut their doors in June, July or something, there would have been a lot of kids that would have noticed from going to the gym every night to then having to change their life.
Kids are creatures of habit. This place would have never shut for good, because there's too many people who were part of this club growing up who would have made sure it would have reopened. But it might not reopen for a year or 6 months. Kids, once they stop training, they get out of a routine, they'll do something else. Oh, you going there boxing tonight? Oh, it's shut. Oh, what are we going to do? Nothing. I'll tell you what, let's just sit here. Next thing, you're having a conversation with someone you shouldn't. Next thing, you're up to no good. And then you're lost. You're lost in the system again. You know what I mean? So this place needed to reopen ASAP. There's still a bit of work to do, but so good to see it back open.
What was it about this project specifically? Was it the fact that you saw the doors were shut and it's sort of like, how can the oldest amateur boxing, like how can that be a thing?
We get written to all the time by clubs that are struggling. But when you hear about the Lynn, I mean, you know, we've got a lot of matchroom boxing fighters down here tonight, but here's one of them.
This is who we wanted to bring in. We're going to scoot the...
Here's one of the kids getting saved by a matchroom's donation to Lynn.
We don't know if you actually got kicked out of this club, but this was one of
I didn't get kicked out. Keith, tell him. They try to say that I got kicked out.
Keith Waters, the governor here. Keith, just to confirm, did Sonny Edwards get kicked out of this club?
No, never.
Nearly?
Nearly, yeah.
That's because I was bashing everyone up in sparring already, that's why.
Yeah, there was. We were very good sparrings, yeah. Bit harder sparring, wouldn't you? Yeah.
But for all your jokes and, you know, these kind of places so important to the community. I mean, I said, Keith, as well, how is the local council not here? How is the Mayor of London not here? How is the government not here to not just see the place reopen, but also to support us in general?
Well, it's been in the newspaper, in the local, like South London press. They all know about it, but no one's contacted me at all. No one.
And Sonny, the importance of these places to the community, if kids weren't in here and if this place continues to stay shut, only negativity for people that have got in a routine of coming.
No, 100%, and I feel like boxing clubs around the world have always been that safe haven, that safe space where kids with nothing. I know kids that find a way to a boxing gym that their parents don't feed them at home. You know, that have real hard, harsh, tough upbringings, and coming in and getting a bloody nose and having a fight is sometimes a safer space because there's a bit of love here, there's a bit of attention, there's a bit of care. Where some people completely miss that in life. Okay, some people find their way to boxing, it's not that. But the opportunities, like look at me, I'm a kid from South London that had nothing really exceptional or special about him, really. I found my way into boxing at 9 years old, age about 13, 14, I was here right now in the Lynn, competing here, training here, me and my brother won, I think, junior ABA titles, youth ABC, he won titles for this club, he had great success, and just look where our stories, that's just one. I could name 5, 10 other fighters that you've had on your shows that I met in this gym, that I trained with in this gym, so it's not just the lives, you know, for the elite that come through boxing. It's also the whole community. We're thinking about the trainers. We don't know what the trainers were doing 4 or 5 years ago or what their life was looking. And now this has all given everyone a place of community to come and feel safe, to be respected, to be upstanding members of society where really what happens in a lot of areas. See, like, look, they want to shut down a place like this or not bury their efforts into it. First day open, you've got all these kids. If they weren't here, you know, the devil makes work for idle hands, you know. What would they be doing? Where else would they be doing? Who knows? Some people don't have anything better than a boxing gym. I know deep down in my life, and I had it a bit better. It's not like I had nothing. It's not like I was completely, but boxing was my favourite place to be. If I weren't at the gym, I was at the show on the weekend. I was at every single level. So I know how much it saved me and my life now at 27-year-old. I don't know one other person that I would trade my life for that I know personally, and that's what boxing has given me. So the fact that
in your opinion, with your experience, we saw today or yesterday a young girl lost her life for another knife crime incident. People in here less likely to be involved in that kind of life.
100%, and boxing again is probably the thing that saved me. I'm from Croydon. I'm from the same area. I used to get bussed down Wellesley Road to get to Wallerton from where I lived in Croydon. So that is all way too local for me, that story and in the world. They don't even feel like they need to have something in their pocket or down their trousers because they've got 2 hands and 2 legs and they've got a chest and confidence where they can look someone in the eye and speak to them. I don't know very many fighters from my whole... I know tens, hundreds, maybe even thousands of fighters from the UK, all around the world, and I genuinely don't know one that has ever been done for holding a knife or stabbing someone, or okay, maybe at worst they've got into a fight, but never something that puts someone down someone's life. And I think we're in a world right now where unfortunately the young kids are very impressionable. There's a lot of, I don't want to blame stuff, but there's drill music, there's, you know, glimpses, snapshots that young kids are looking up to and thinking that's life, that's reality, when really it's an entertainment. And then before you know it, they've got no one looking over them. Before you know it, they've got no love, care. They're walking the streets 12, 13, 14, 15, growing up too soon, thinking the world's a lot one way when it can be a whole different way. And before you know it, you've got a 17-year-old ruining his life, his family's life, taking the life of a poor 15-year-old girl that weren't even involved to a certain degree. It's mind-blowing, and genuinely my life, a lot of the fighters that you work with before and will in the future, their life has been saved by these boxing rings and these boxing gyms. They don't just start on your shows, Eddie, they start here all these kids, we look around, they start here, they get addicted to it, they get that feeling that they can't. I tried quitting. I actually quit boxing when I left here. That was the story. When I left here, I was fed up of boxing and I quit for 7 months. And then I realised after summer, living life like a normal kid, that I was addicted to whatever this is. And I found my way back and I've never looked back. And I went from losing everything because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it, to now knowing for a fact I wanted to box. And that's when everything came out. I won everything all the way to you. That's my story.
And Keith, you've seen this area over many, many years change a lot. More important than ever with everything going on that these kind of places stay open.
Yeah, people got to understand this is a family. When they come in, it's like a family to everybody. They're not all going to be world champions, but they're all coming there, and they're all, honestly, they're all different nationalities. Look at them. You know, it's what it's all about. You know, it's a family. These chaps come in and they work hard, and they go away. When they're not boxing, they go and see their friends box. And that's how it's a family. They travel everywhere with them. Everywhere they go, they travel. You know, and all these coaches, as you see, all volunteers.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
No one gets paid. Yeah. No one in this gym, no one. They all get up at a time, their family life. You know, they've got children of their own, family of their own. And they go to shows at the other night, don't get into 1 o'clock in the morning. They've got to be up at work next morning. How many people ever do that? Yeah. And you see, it keeps them off the streets. Yeah. It keeps them off the streets.
Well, Keith Waters, Sonny Edwards, thank you very much. This has been Eddie Hearn interviewing for Boxing Social.
I've had my job done for me, thank you very much. Eddie, Eddie, lastly, can we bring Alex in just to give him a... I wanted to bring you in, Alex Guevel being very integral to this sort of community project that Matchroom are doing. When you heard about this, that they were shutting their doors, obviously I know this is something that Eddie's brought you in from England Boxing. How important was the Lynn ABC in one of these projects?
Absolutely vital, mate. It's so important to keep the doors open in clubs like this. You can see the amount of young kids, the difference it's made to their lives, that these clubs make to people's lives. That's what it's all about. If these doors are shut, what would these kids be doing? They could be out causing mischief. We've seen what's happening in South London at the moment, some of the issues in the communities. You know, these kind of things are happening, but these boxing gyms are a safe space for these people, so the doors must remain open. I'm so glad that we as Matchroom have been able to do this.
Very well said, guys. Thank you very much. A good message. We reiterate the words of everyone there. And yeah, obviously, if you're down in South London in the area, the Lynn ABC, the doors are reopened.